should Damian Priest cash in the Money in the Bank at WrestleMania 40? Now, you would think it's a no-brainer. Well, yeah, heck yeah, cash it in. Biggest WrestleMania 40, biggest WrestleMania 40 of all time, for sure. One of the biggest WrestleManias of all time. I mean, promoted on multiple levels. It's everywhere. Wrestling's cool again. And Damian Priest has the Money in the Bank. It's a great opportunity, because a lot of times, what WWE likes to do is they like to just pull that trigger real quick, even on the actual pay-per-view they win it, and they think that's like a surprise. It's not really a surprise anymore, because it's like, so many people have done it. I got it that day, I cashed it in an hour later. It was cool at first, and now it's kind of like, whatever. But anyways, he's held it for so long, we're now in WrestleMania. If wrestling was, real, let's just say it. If wrestling was real, then a great opportunity, a great moment to do it in someone's head would be WrestleMania. Just hold it to WrestleMania when all eyes are on you, get the biggest paycheck, get the biggest momentum, get the biggest pop. It would be WrestleMania. However, we know that there's writers and bookers. So, this is the world we're in, and using that logic, we need to know that Damian Priest, it might not be his time. It might not be his time. Now, I'm not saying that that I want him to lose. Money in the Bank should elevate a superstar to the next level, like it did with Edge, the first guy. And you could even say maybe CM Punk, even though the pipe bomb is what really did it for Punk. He won that Money in the Bank twice, and both times he became a championship off it, and it just got him higher and higher up the card for him to have that ability to do the pipe bomb. And in fact, Edge, when he won the Money in the Bank, he only held the title for like a month, but it gave him the opportunity to have that scene with Lita in the ring, and it made him the rated R superstar, the ultimate opportunist. It started a domino effect. Now, did it always? Money in the Bank in reality really hasn't had much luck in the last couple of years. If you look at who's won it, either they're really established or they kind of went nowhere. From Jack Swagger to Nikki IAH, or the superhero Nikki, whatever she was. Otis, that one. Weird times, 2020. But, it was just, I don't know. It hasn't really done much. And I really think that Damian Priest, though, is in the perfect placement to have it actually elevate him. Because last year, he was already in 2 main events. He fought Bad Bunny in Puerto Rico. Can't remember what that pay-per-view was called. Payback? Was that Payback? I don't know. And then he also did War Games. War Games! With Judgment Day versus everybody else. And so there's like, was that last year? Yeah, that was last year, because Sami Zayn was the previous year. Bloodline. So, I do feel that it's not a complete out of the blue, no experience like Austin Theory, who won the Money in the Bank previous year, and then he cashed it on the U.S. title and lost. Oh, that was horrible. Absolutely. Oh, God, that was horrible. Or when Baron Corbin, he cashed in and lost to Jinder Mahal. I mean, don't get me wrong. I actually love Jinder Mahal. The modern day Maharaja. I will not hinder the Jinder, but let's be honest. You lost to Jinder Mahal. I don't care if John Cena was involved. That was bad. Damian Priest needs to win. He absolutely 100% needs to win, but right now is not his time. His time was probably like around Survivor Series, to be honest. He probably should have beaten Seth Rollins after, like, I don't know. Maybe they should have just let Seth Rollins win the tournament and then him cash in and just take the title right then and there. I get why they did it, because they were trying to establish the title and make it like prestigious, because it's kind of been like, as Roman put it, second place title. So I get why they're trying to make the lineage a little longer, a little more prestigious, but in the meantime, it hurt the Money in the Bank chances, because what happened was CM Punk came back, and there was a built-in story between Seth Rollins and CM Punk, and that title allowed them to have a main event at WrestleMania Night 1. They could do a Blood Feud WrestleMania main event, or just a Steal the Show WrestleMania, but not having the title involved. Let's say you put the title at the first match, then it devalues that title. They're trying to build that title up, so it has to be in the main event, and I don't want to see CM Punk versus Damian Priest. I don't want to see Seth Rollins versus Damian Priest. I wanted to see CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. Built-in storyline, a lot of animosity with the title. So that meant once CM Punk came back at Survivor Series, Damian Priest was kind of out of luck and able to do it. But then CM Punk got injured, and so did Seth Rollins. But here's the deal. Seth Rollins kind of knew he could come back, but the moment CM Punk got injured, what they should have done, in my opinion, they had another opportunity right there. They should have had CM Punk gets injured, Seth Rollins comes out, Damian Priest attacks, all Judgment Day attacks. Who cares if there's doctor's orders saying that Seth Rollins can't fight, because this is Money in the Bank. It can happen whenever, anywhere. So you just have a complete squash match. That way Seth Rollins doesn't have to injure his knee or anything like that. Boom, a lot of heat because he just attacked a hurt Seth Rollins. But they didn't do that. They lost that chance. And then we could have had Damian Priest versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. But I digress, it didn't happen. So in the meantime, what has happened is Drew McIntyre, though, has rised up to the occasion. Now, Drew McIntyre, total main eventer, but his character was kind of, I don't know what you would say, like stale, maybe? It was, but when he became this, like, I wouldn't say he was a crybaby like Bret Hart to Stone Cold Steve Austin, but he was very much pointing out the fact that he was getting screwed over and over and over again, but he was bitching about it so much that he came across unlikable. And what happened then is his character became awesome, totally awesome, and he fit right in, and he's the guy that, you know, injured CM Punk, and he was starting to brag and make fun of Punk about it, and suddenly now this Seth Rollins-Punk feud, which had to be put on the back burner, Drew McIntyre gets in, and now he's taking his spot, and that's part of his character of screw you, Punk, and now it's just a really cool storyline, and Drew McIntyre is the guy who we want to see, and he deserves to have the win. And Damian Priest now, he had his opportunity when Seth was injured and Drew hadn't risen up to the occasion yet. There was just a small window, but the window nonetheless, they missed the opportunity, and now I don't want to see a cash-in. I don't want to see Drew McIntyre win the title and 2 minutes later we have a cash in. Yeah, it'll be a moment and people will pop and it'll be great, awesome, but the aftermath, Drew with the title, the promos he can do with that title are going to be so much better. So much better, just gloating about how he won, how he deserved it, how he prayed to God, and how he has faith now because he won the title. It would just be absolutely fantastic for Drew to win. The only way I would want Priest to win the title at WrestleMania is this. Not with the Bloodline. That's this whole side thing. Keep the Money in the Bank away from the Bloodline. That story is too big for Money in the Bank. I'm being serious even, because that storyline is like 3 years in the making. I don't want some wild card coming in and ending that abruptly. That's almost like a movie where they wrote this great movie, but they didn't know how to end it, so they were just like, Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank. And yeah, lame. It's like episode 9. And suddenly Palpatine returned. What? What? Palpatine's back? Star Wars reference for you nerds out there. Anyways, I say that we keep it out of the Bloodline and we focus on the world title. And if Seth Rollins was to somehow beat Drew McIntyre, then I would say that is the only way that Damian Priest could come out. He would get heat for that, and people would hate him for that, and I could see that as a way, but I really, really do feel it would be better for Drew McIntyre to win, and give Drew McIntyre just launch him as a next level heel, monster heel. He will be like, he'll kind of be like a Roman Reigns type monster heel. Now, there will never be a monster heel like Roman Reigns again. Like, for real. I don't think there can ever be. Like, yeah, I just really don't. They did such a crazy good job with Roman Reigns that there can never be one like that again. Like, Drew is like a sarcastic, tough guy. Usually you don't get that. Usually you get sarcastic like Austin Theory and can't back it up, even though we know he can. He's great and athletic and stuff. But Drew's like this big dude. And just give him the title, establish him like that. Now, we need to get the title on Priest eventually. We do. And it sucks that we can't do it at WrestleMania because the storyline calls to give it to Drew. And but it's not the end of the world. If you remember, Dolph Ziggler cashed in the night after WrestleMania, and that was a huge pop, one of the best moments of Dolph's career. That's his words, not mine. And it was amazing. It was awesome. Unfortunately, there was concussion and all these things involved that derailed Dolph Ziggler again. R.I.P. Dolph Ziggler's career in the WWE. Many missed opportunities. But I digress. The thing is, Damian Priest still has time. You know what? Never been done. We haven't had a cash-in whole 365 days later on Money in the Bank. What if he cashed in? And that would be kind of a cool storyline where you're like, the clock's ticking. You got 8 hours. You got 7 hours. You got 6 hours to cash in. That would be a cool storyline. Maybe for a good guy, though, because you would be, no matter who is trying to beat the clock, you would root for them. So that might have to be a way to turn Damian Priest into a good guy. It sucks because he's in this position where it's hard to give him a title win because Drew McIntyre needs it and the bloodline shouldn't lose it this way. Now, if Cody wins the title, which he should, I'm a Cody crybaby. If he does, then you have the opportunity, but I don't see the guy who beats Roman losing the title to Money in the Bank within a month or two. That would be a waste too. So Damian Priest is in kind of a really sucky situation. He had all the momentum last year. They waited too late. And then when they had a small window, they didn't pull the trigger. And now it's like Austin Theory all over again. Austin Theory, we knew, couldn't go for that Universal title. So he went for the US title. You go for any title that's not the World Championship, you're an idiot. And you're a moron. And it looks bad. I don't care. Scripted or not. You're making me... Trying to make me believe that is insulting my intelligence. So, they're in a really situation. I really don't want Damian Priest to lose. I want the Money in the Bank to elevate him. But I think using it at WrestleMania would elevate him in the wrong way. Like, it would be a Jack Swagger type elevation, and that did not help the dude. That did not help the dude at all. This is a tough one. This is a toughie. But maybe give the belt to Drew for a little bit. And have CM Punk cost Drew the title, and then he can have a little bit of a blood feud. Punk can then eventually go after the title, win it, and then Drew can be his challenger, and then Seth the challenger next year. I don't know. I don't know exactly how to book it. I'm not coming with a solution to this one. I'm coming with the problem only, and but I got to make this problem heard so they don't fall into the problem. But figure out a way to get that title on Damian Priest, but not WrestleMania. Because Senior Money in the Bank, yeah, I think it would be great. Let's elevate the dude, okay? Let's elevate him, but not at 40. After Drew has some good promos, okay? And no Bloodline, no Cody. Yeah, so WrestleMania 40 is this weekend. We'll talk about it. I do have a job, so I don't know if I can get these videos out every single day. Who knows, maybe I'll be a big YouTuber one day. I can get a cool background and quit my job and just do wrestling all the time. There's this guy that I saw. What's his name? Oh, I'll tell you. It's like the guy who does the Wrestling is Cool podcast. He's been a big inspiration for me. You guys should check him out. I will try to remember his big inspiration, but I don't remember his name. That's all right. I don't remember my kid's name. I'm just kidding. I love my kids, John and Jack. No, Abraham Cornelius. I'm just joking with you guys. Anyways, acknowledge my subscribe button. Please share this with a friend. Let me know what your thoughts on Damian Priest are. Who you think he should win it from. How he should win it. Blah, blah, blah. Should he get it at WrestleMania? Anyways, guys, I'll see you later. Have a good day.